Hello everyone, CoinKid here, and I have completed my United States typeset album. So, I bought a new and more difficult one. These are vintage ones that include lots of more specific and rare type coins. And this isn't actually the first time I've completed a typeset. I used to have a typeset of only 20th and 21st century, which I have since actually filled with duplicates that I've had in my album. And this is what that looks like. I'm just going to do a quick go through of these, but it's not as important. I do want to go over my current typeset and then show the new typeset, what slots I have to fill. Move all the coins over, show it, and show some of the coins I bought for the new typeset, as I did buy it like a month ago and I have filled a couple slots. But let's go over the main thing right now. And it's really cool to see this book finally full after so many years of work. There's some great coins in here, so let's start off with the half cents. And I'm not sure if I think I'm just gonna go over them one by one. But we have an 1804 Drake Bus half cent, a classic head here, pretty nice coronet. And then to the large cents, we have a pretty nice full day 1803. What matters to me is that these coins have a full day, and I've been upgrading some of these because a lot of them don't have full dates or didn't, and now they do. This is a pretty nice coronet. The other three are pretty nice, and they have actually all pretty recently been upgraded as well, like within the past year, so that they have the full date visible. We have a pretty nice Flying Eagle cent. I like my 1859 as well, and my 1860. It's got a weird color, but it's got a lot of detail. We have a really beautiful 1908 Indian Head cent, pretty great 1909 VDB, and a proof wheat cent. Really nice Steely, proof memorial, and just a stamped shield cent from it's my favorite shield cent because you can't really have a nice shield cent, but this one's stamped from Wittercoin U 2022. We have a 2 cent piece, pretty nice details, really nice 1862 3-cent silver, and a really nice 1867 3-cent nickel. Here's the reverses. And some pretty cool coins here. The Drake Bus large cent has a cut. I really like the reverse of the 1859. Sorry it's upside down, but there's the VDB. Our 3 cents, 2 cents. And yeah, onto the half dimes here. Some pretty nice ones like this 1852. The 1853, it's not too bad. That's an 1854 actually. But it could use an upgrade, and this one too, this 1872. That's probably the next half time that's going to get an upgrade. And this is the only nickel that I think needs an upgrade. We have an 1868 here, a pretty nice 83. I could upgrade the V nickel as well, and I have an upgrade already on the way for my 1913 Type 1. Should be an uncirculated one. We have a pretty nice uncirculated 36 Buffalo, a really nice toned 62 proof Jefferson, nice word nickel, and a pretty modern proof. Here are the dimes. Pretty nice 1841. Like the 1853 as well. This 1876 actually could use an upgrade, and so could the Barber, but they're both really nice coins, and the rest of these are going to be uncirculated or proof. This is an 1875 20 cent, which I want to upgrade with a San Francisco one, because this is actually a Carson City, and I recently bought a new album, which you guys will see in the next video, that does 2 cents, 3 cents, and 20 cents. Really nice bus quarter that I also upgraded this year. I think it's like the perfect bus quarter with the great patina. And then the seated, some of these could use upgrades. The 1853 is really nice though. I think the Barber's pretty great as well. I could use a full date 1917. The top of that is pretty worn off. But this seated quarter here, Standing Liberty quarter, really nice, like an AU, lots of luster, pretty nice 62 proof as well, and an 85 proof. And then I just had a normal 2009, but I could have used a proof in there that actually isn't included in the vintage album because, well, it was made far before 2009. I think it was made in the early 60s. Here are some of my half dollars. The bust one's pretty nice actually. This one definitely needs an upgrade, and I am searching. Have been for a while, but haven't found much yet. It's my nicest seated half there, the 1844. The 1853 could use an upgrade, but the 1876 is pretty nice. The reverse is actually even nicer. Then we have a 1909 Barber and some nice uncirculated for the later silver ones, and 2019 proof. This is the last coin that I used to fill in my typeset. It's an 1860 New Orleans seated dollar, and I also got an 1872, which was the second to last, and the trade dollar, which was, I think it might have been the third to last, but it was a while ago now. And these are those reverses. I have a beautiful deep mirror proof like 1885 Morgan silver dollar with golden rim toning. Great fields. It's you can't really see with the plastic though, kind of ruins that. But then we have a really nice 1922 piece and a silver Ike, and then two of the normal dollars. And here are the reverses on these. What really matters to me is this beautiful Morgan dollar though. And the last page, which by the way, none of this is going into the new album, is so this is for the bicentennials, which didn't exist when the album was made back in the early 1960s. We have Commemorative Halves, which is a separate album. It's not part of that typeset. Of course, the Westward Journey nickels didn't exist, nor the Statehood Quarter, Commemorative Silver Dollar, Silver Eagle, or Presidential Dollar, and none of the 2009 cents. So what I'm going to do now is move all these coins over to this typeset, see what's left in here if something here doesn't go in there, and show you the new coins I bought that go in here. So before I hop into the new US typeset, I want to show you what's left in the old typeset, which isn't much. The 1909 VDB doesn't have a spot in the new typeset, and obviously there's no shield cent. But this whole page has been stripped. We only have the 2009 quarter on this page, and we only have the 2019 half dollar on this page. Over here, all we have are the new dollars, the small dollars, and then this entire page remains full. So let's hop into the new typeset over here, which includes a 1793 half cent slot, 1794 to 1797, and this is actually where we can fill a new slot because I got a 1795 half cent. Really awesome coin. It's my first ever Liberty cap. It's got a full date, and that's what I really care about. Half cent is pretty wiped, and so is the 200 and 1/200. But this is a cool coin. It's got rim letters. It says like 200th of a dollar on the side, and that is the first edition that we have, but I'm not going to put it in now because it just takes too much time on video. So we have the other half cents here. The chain cent is going to take me forever to get. It's probably one of the last coins that's going to go into this album. It's not the most expensive though. The most expensive is in the second part of this because this is split into two. The red cent is also really difficult, but I am actively looking for a Liberty cap cent. Don't know if I'm going to get that anytime soon. And the rest of the page is full. Pretty cool. No 1909 VDB slot though. Next up, we have the 2 cent, the 3 cent, and then we have 3 slots actually for the 3 cent silvers because there are 3 types. 1851 to 53 is 75% silver and doesn't have any outlines on the star. 1854 to 58 is 90% silver and has 3 outlines on the star and adds to the reverse design. And same with this one, except there's only 2 outlines to the star, so it's a small difference between the type 2 and the type 3. Type 1 is the largest difference, but as you can see here, and I do have an 1852 to show for the type 1. The designs are different on the reverse, and you could see on the obverse as well with the stars. I'm just gonna have to flip back over for a second, that the star here has outline and over here doesn't. Now the 1854 to 1858, I got an 1854 here, and it has 3 lines on the outside of the star instead of 2, and this one has none. So it's a slight difference, but there are 3 types of triumphs. The nickels are all full, and by the way, they carved out the 1794 to 1795 halftime slot for the modern nickel, which I am completely fine with because I was never going to get that. I mean, at least not for many years to come. And they've done this with a couple of other slots as well, which I'll show to come up. We still have these 2 extremely difficult halftimes that are like 4-figure coins or maybe 3 figures in very cool condition. And then a really nice 1835. I did get an 1837 no stars halftime actually. So this is my first ever no stars seated. Really cool. The rest of the halftimes are here. And then we get to some really difficult dimes. these early bust dimes that are also like 4-figure coins. For the 1809 to 1828, I actually do have an 1821. It isn't in the greatest shape, but it does have a full date. I still want to upgrade it because I don't see most of the design. So on the back, I mean, you do see like 10 cents kind of, and you see the eagle wall, but it does need an upgrade. It is a filler for now. Forgot I also have to remove these 3 cents before they fall out. So we'll move those to the side. And on to the next page. And the halftime. So on to the next page. We have all the dimes here. And I'm still on the search for a No Stars dime. But I did get like a filler for now. 1873 or 1874 Arrows dime. But, you know, I definitely need a better one than this. It's really slick and all. The 20-cent piece I'd like to upgrade. 1796 quarter is, again, one of the most difficult coins in the album. I do actually have an 1807 quarter that I've had for like 2 years now, and it finally has a place in the album. Full date, as I like. And you see the 25C, which matters to me, but not that well. It could use an upgrade, but it's definitely not high on my priority list because it's already a pretty nice coin. The 1815 to 1828 quarter, I actually already have as well, and this one does not need an upgrade in my opinion. This is a really great coin. The reverse is actually even nicer. So this is the perfect typeset coin for the large size bust quarter. The small size bust quarter I really love as well. I think I got the bust quarters down. I mean, at least the cap bust ones. And then the seededs. So we do have an 1854 to 55 Arrows that I need to get now. One without the raise. Unlike, you know, on the reverse of the 1853, they have the raise, but they didn't do that on the 54 and 55. So that's separate type, and I don't have that yet, but I'm looking for it. And the 1873 to 74 Arrows is one I need as well, just like the dime. The rest of them, just like in my first typeset. And that's it for book number 1. This is what book number 2 looks like. I still haven't shown it in this video, but this goes from the quarters to the silver dollars. I'll start with the quarters here. Extremely difficult $half here, the flowing hair one. It's going to be one of the last coins in there. As well as this one, the early drape bust. But the later drape bust, I am keeping an eye out, like, just to see if there's a nice cheaper one that's in similar condition to the bust quarter here. Here's the other $half. I do need a 1838 to 39 now. And I still want to upgrade that 1837, but there is a difference between the 36 to 37, 38 to 39. This is the whole reeded edge era, which was short-lasted. But on the 1837, it says 50 cents. And on the 1838 to 39, it's like 50C. And the 1836 of these are super rare, so I'm just not even bothering to mention that. But the other one that I need is the 54 to 55 Arrows, and I actually did get this. So it's a really nice coin. It's got some nice color. And I cracked it out of a PCGS VG Details Damaged. The damage is this stuff up there above the eagle. I didn't think it was too bad at all. It's in New Orleans, and it's got a lot of detail. So, thought it was a great coin for the typeset. Next page. Lots of filled stuff. But the seller carved out a 40% silver. And also, this was supposed to be 1873 to 74 Arrows $half. Guess the seller didn't want to do that. And it was supposed to end at the Benji. But they made space for the 64 and 65 40%. So I'm not going to do exactly 65 as written, but I do have a proof 69 that I could use in this slot. So that's going to go into the typeset. Then we have the flowing hair dollar, which is actually not the most expensive coin to go into the album. There's one that's even rarer. Of course, the bust dollars as well are going to be extremely rare and expensive coins that I'm going to get probably far down the line, if ever. So this whole line here is going to remain empty. But this is the most expensive coin in the typeset. It's the garbage dollar. And these like start at $30,000 coal. So it's a more expensive coin in coal than the flowing hair silver dollar. And then it's kind of weird that they have the trade dollar at the end instead of the Morgan dollar. Just like they switched half dimes and nickels in this album. And the Lafayette dollar, which, I mean, since the seller did his thing already, I am thinking of crossing this out and putting Ike, but I also don't really want to scribble on this. So I'm just leaving the Ike there for now. But the Lafayette dollar is expensive. And, you know, there is a slot here that I could, you know, just cut open that the book has for me if I wanted to put an Ike dollar and go for the Lafayette, but it's an expensive coin. So I'm going to keep this here for now and make my decision down the line if I'd like a Lafayette dollar. So that's about it. These are all my extra type coins that are going to go to the album. And this is my new typeset. Very glad with this. Here's the old one. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you guys next time.